All right, prisoner. Eyes front. You're in Sidna Mine now, and we expect you to earn your keep. There's no resting your hide in a cell in this prison. Here you work. You'll mine ore until you start throwing up silver bars. You got it?
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit hard of hearing in this ear. You mind repeating that?
Don't get smart with me. I'm in charge. You keep it up, I'll have your toes cut off. All right, open her up. Now you, get down there.
Huh. Fine, whatever. Isn't she just a pleasure? Alright, so I'm in prison now. Huh. What's this guy got to say?
I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was taken. What are you in for, new blood?
Oh, you know. Typical story. I asked too many questions, and then, according to the official story, I killed a lot of people.
Violent one, huh? Best keep that to yourself, new blood. Others find out, they'll consider that a challenge. My advice? Serve your time at the pickaxe and get out. You don't want to end up getting a shiv in the guts over a bottle of skooma.
Skooma? I've heard of this stuff before.
Bottles of moon sugar. Khajiit use it as a pick-me-up. Good way to pass the time. Prisoners smuggle the stuff in. Only currency we have down here.
And you can get shivved over it?
Small blade. Easy to hide. I mean, sure, you could just swing a pickaxe into someone's face, but people tend to see that coming. Got a problem with a prisoner? Get a shiv. Here Grisvar has a spare, if you could get him to part with it.
Keep that in mind. It's an interesting prison. Where are the guards? Figure they'd be everywhere.
They come in here once a week to clean out the bodies, grab any ore we've mined, and beat down the troublemakers. That's the only time when we get food, too. And if there's not enough ore mined up, we don't get any.
Oh. So that's how it works down here. And what's your story? What are you in for?
A Nord nobleman I served was stabbed in the night. Wasn't me, but I knew I'd be blamed. So I ran, joined the Forsworn, started killing, got caught. Now I'm here.
Well, running from the guard I understand, but why join the Forsworn?
Because life was better under the old ways. No Nords and their laws. One day the Forsworn will paint the walls of Markarth in their blood.
Speaking of the Forsworn, and painting with blood, I hear that Madanok's down here. Where is he?
If you're asking, that means you're the new lifer. Tough luck, friend. Those guards sold you out, but good. No one talks to Madanok, I'm afraid. Not without getting past Borkul the Beast. And you don't want to talk to Borkul the Beast.
And who's Borkul the Beast? Why do they call him that?
Madanok's guard. Big, even for an orc. Heard he ripped a man's arm off and beat him to death with it. He's old-fashioned like that.
Ah. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Until next time.
This guy must be Borkul.
The new meat. So soft. Tender. What was it like killing your first one, huh?
Oh, I've killed. I'm just not a murderer.
Liar.
You don't have to believe me. How long have you been down here?
Guards brought me in about 12 years ago. Was running a good group of bandits up until then. But these Forsworn, they're nothing like the men I cobbled together. They're real killers.
If you were running with a group of bandits, then I suppose you were in for...
Murder, banditry, assault, theft, and lollygagging.
Oh. I never thought that they would throw a joke charge like that onto anyone. They definitely didn't like you. Listen, I need to see Madanok. I hear that you're his guard.
You want to talk to the king in rags? Fine. But first you gotta pay the toll. How about you get me a shiv? Not that I need one, but it's nice to have one in case I need to do some shaving.
Well, it would appear that I'm completely out of shivs right now.
Then find one. That dung-heap Grisvar's been known to make a few.
Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn.
How long have you been down here?
First it was 6 months. Then a year. Then 2 years. Now I'm in for life.
What got you in here for each stretch?
The first time, thieving. The second time, thieving. The third time, thieving. It kinda keeps going like that.
How unlucky. Anyway, I hear you're the one who makes shivs down here. Any chance I could get you to part with one?
Ah, you want protection? I can get you what you need. Maybe you could do something for me first. Duak has a bottle of skooma. Finest distilled moon sugar. I'm shaking just thinking about it.
Alright. I'll get you your skooma.
Thank you, friend. Don't worry. I'll have that shiv ready for you.
Other prisoners get suspicious when we talk to each other, so keep it down.
If you're talking like that, this place is clearly getting to you. How long have you been down here?
Year 7, I think. Surprised I haven't cut my own throat out by now. But something keeps me going.
And what'd they throw you in here for?
I'm a Forsworn. One of our raids went bad and I got captured. Would have been fine dying for the Reach with my kinsmen, but the Silver Bloods want their ore mine, so they threw me in here.
Tough luck. Then again, that seems to be the situation for all of us down here. Anyway, I hear you've got a bottle of skooma. Any chance you'd be willing to part with it?
You give me one more look, and I cut you open. That skooma's mine.
Come on, Duak. From one addict to another, you know what this is like. I need it. Badly.
Getting the shakes, huh? Alright, take it. Old gods keep you.
Grisvar, I've got you your sweet moon sugar.
Here's your shiv. Promise you won't ever use it on me, okay?
Don't worry, Grisvar. I promise I'll never use this shiv on you.
You serve your time by digging, so dig.
Yeah, I will. But I need to talk to Madanok now.
Ready to pay the toll? 1 shiv.
Yeah, here you go.
Alright, head on in. But don't try anything in there. Madanok is smarter than you think.
I'm sure that's the case. Jeez, finally. Lots of running around in a tiny little area for me. Alright, Madanok.
Well, well, look at you. The Nords have turned you into an animal. A wild beast caged up and left to go mad. So, my fellow beast, what do you want? Answers about the Forsworn? Revenge for trying to have you killed?
I'd take revenge, but that's not exactly going to help me in a pit like this. More than anything else, I think that you have a lot to answer for.
Do I? What about you? What right did you have to meddle in my affairs? Kill my people? Was it worth it? Your truth? You're one of us now, you see? A slave. The boot of the Nords stepping on your throat. Maybe if you understood that, I could help you.
How exactly do you need me to understand that the Nords threw me into this prison? What more could there be to that story?
There's a man named Breg inside these mines. Besides me, he's been here the longest. Tell him I sent you. Ask him why he's here. I want you to know how widespread the injustice of Markarth is.
Alright. But first I have questions about the Forsworn. What's your story? How do you tell it?
This was our land. We were here first. Then the Nords came and put chains on us, forbid us from worshipping our gods. Some of us refused to bow. We knew the old ways would lead us back to having a kingdom of our own. That is who we are, the Forsworn, criminals in our own lands, and we will cut a bloody hole into the Reach until we are free.
And what of Thonar? How does he play into this current set of events? Granted, I already have his side of the story. I just want to know what you have to say about it.
I had Markarth. My men and I drove the Nords out. We had won. So we thought. Retribution was swift. I was captured, quickly tried, and sentenced to death. But my execution never came. Thonar's Silverblood stopped it. He wanted the Forsworn at his call, that I would point their rage at his enemies and spare his allies. And I have. Humiliating at first, but I knew he would let his guard down eventually, that he would come to trust I was under control.
Seems pretty cut and dry. All the stories match, even if they're a little bit different. Alright, Madnock, I'll play your game. And I'll talk to this Braig.
Our struggle is our people's struggle.
Hey.
Don't reach for a shiv around me or we'll both regret it.
Don't worry. I don't even have one. How long have you been here?
Long enough.
Then you probably have time to tell a story. Madnock says that your reason for being stuck in this pit is particularly well worth hearing.
My story, huh? Everyone in Sidna Mine has a tale. Let's hear yours first. When was the first time you felt chains around your wrists?
Well, I was in Helgen, being dragged to the executioner's block for no better reason than being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
So you know what it's like to have your life in someone else's hands. Why should they get to decide? Isn't judgment for the gods? Do you have any family? Anyone waiting for you on the outside?
I have friends. They're family enough. What about you?
I had a daughter once. She'd be 23 this year. Married to some hot-headed silver worker, or maybe on her own, learning the herb trade. The Nords didn't care who was and who wasn't involved in the Forsworn uprising. I had spoken to Modinak once. That was enough. But my little Aethra didn't want to see her papa leave her. She pleaded to the Jarl to take her instead. And after they made me watch as her head rolled off the block, they threw me in here anyway to dig up their silver.
I'm sorry to hear that.
My daughter is the one who needs your pity. I'm just a poor Forsworn whose only regret is not killing more Nords before I was locked up.
And you think that your story justifies the murders the Forsworn have committed? You think that killing will stop all of the killing?
I'm not Modinak. I was never a leader of the Forsworn. The only anger I can justify is my own. But every family in the Reach has a story like mine. There are no innocent onlookers in this struggle, just the guilty and the dead.
I see. Maybe I'll talk with you again, Braig.
Do you remember the sun? Because you'll forget. Soon.
Stop taunting me, Madnock. It's not going to work. I talked to Braig. I heard his sorry tale.
Yeah, imagine hearing a story like that over and over. Each time a different family. Each time a different injustice. Your meddling above ground reminded me of how removed I've been from the struggle. My men and I should be in the hills, fighting.
Madnock, spare me your speeches. I may be stuck in this mine with you, but I am not a Forsworn.
Huh. You know, I'm almost beginning to like you, but you haven't earned your place out of here yet. Have you met Grisvar the Unlucky? He's rightly named, and he's also a thief and a snitch. He's outlived his minor usefulness. Take care of him, and then we can leave Sidna Mine for good.
You want me to kill Grisvar? I don't exactly have anything to do it with.
Ah, Bork will muscle one out of you on your way in? Fine. Take this one.
Great. I'll be right back.
Remember, it was the Nords who locked you up.
Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn. I got locked up one too many times. Now I'm in for life.
Indeed, Grisvar. For life. Madnock says hello. And don't worry. I don't have the exact same shiv you gave me.
What? No! No, don't kill me! Please! Never
Oh, it's no use. Oh, what's this? Don't kill me, and then you start fighting back?
Oh well, it went off.
Nice job. Didn't even have to do it myself. Simple and straight. Well, I mean, simple task. Messy outcome. Hazard of prison life. Madnock. Grisvar has been dealt with.
You've finally become one of us. Come with me. I think it's time I announced my plans to you and your new brothers.
Really? Alright then. What exactly are you hiding up your sleeve, Madnock? What are you gonna tell everyone, for that matter?
What's going on, Madinock? You wouldn't have old Grisvar killed unless you weren't planning on needing him.
My brothers, we have been here long enough. It's time to leave Sidna Mine and continue our fight against the Nords. Through this gate, just beside my quarters, is a tunnel. A tunnel that leads right through the old dwarven ruins of Markarth, into the city. Well, what do you say, my brothers?
The Reach belongs to the Forsworn!
I say you've earned an early pardon. Let's go.
Hold on. Where did this tunnel come from? It seems awfully convenient for you to only reveal it just now.
It's a little gift from the dwarves. Who knew they would end up helping our cause? We have to move. We'll talk more once we see the sky.
Wait up, Madnock. You're leaving everyone behind. You have no clue what's down here. Next thing you know, you're gonna die to a dwarven... Oh, well, I mean, spiders are an option, too. Have at it there, Madnock. I'm a little bit squishy sitting back here. Oh, wow. One of them is a... I never thought that one of them might be a spellcaster. Of course, then again, one of them, like, cast, what was it? An armor spell whenever I went for Grisvar, so I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. Isn't this wonderful? One hell of an oversight on the Silverbloods, not making certain that this mine has a way to get, for you to get out of it. Of course, then again, the entire concept of throwing a bunch of convicts into a cave, telling them to mine, literally dig, and hope that they don't escape is pretty stupid in my opinion, especially giving them digging tools. That's an enormously stupid idea. Let's throw people... Ooh. That's an enormously stupid idea. Let's go ahead and throw a bunch of convicts inside of a cave, give them digging tools, and tell them to dig up silver. Jeez, I can't imagine that they might be able to dig their way out. Secure my ass. Silverbloods are dumber than they look. Dumber than they act, and they're given way too much credit in this frickin' city. What do we have here? This is actually the first dwarven implement that I've ended up finding in... Weird. Dwarven ruins are so cool. But yeah, that's the first dwarven centurion I've run across in this entire playthrough now, that I think about it. It's, I actually... Oh.
Good work. Get ready while I have a word with our favorite outsider. I had Kai recover all the things the Nords stole from you. You better get ready before we break out into the city. And take this. It's blessed with the old magics. Something to remember me by.
Thank you, Madanock. This wasn't exactly the way I expected to resolve the murders that the guards were overlooking in Markarth. But I suppose releasing you still has the same ultimate effect. No longer will people die in the street and the guards look the other way. A head-on fight is far more desirable. What happens now?
Now? I announce to all of Markarth that I have returned. Don't worry about your name. They'll know who to blame and fear after today. It'll take years, but I'll organize the Forsworn again. We'll reclaim our land, and then when power is ours, we'll have peace. A kingdom. Until then, let me offer you a warning. Beware the Forsworn. No place in the Reach is safe from us now.
Madanak, think you can escape my prison, do you? You'll pay for what you've done to my family.
Your family? You poisoned the Reach with your tainted silver for long enough, Thonar! Never should have come here!
Oh, he's gonna bust out. I mean, never in my life. Ooh, Thonar. Let's go ahead and just loot him. He fell very quickly. Anything left over in his house, I'm gonna go for later. But right now, I think it might be a really good idea. Ooh, my. Right now, I think it might be a very good idea to get out of the city. Escaping as a Forsworn definitely gives me good cover. Quite inspired, I'd say. But then again, there's nothing stopping me from looting everything I can off of them. Oh my! That was a mistake of him. Death via an enormous hunk of ice through the frickin' heart. What a wonderful way to go. Alright. I'm home free now. I'm getting out of here. I'll let the Forsworn wreak havoc on the city of Markarth. Murder the guards. Death in the streets. I'm perfectly fine with that. It's time for me to clear out of Markarth. I don't really have a lot of anything left to do around here. Maybe I'll come back one day, but leaving as a Forsworn agent is perfectly fine. They'll never know that it was me. They'll never know what I've done. I'll be too busy dealing with Madanach. There's still things for me to finish out in the area. But no more Markarth for a while.